Good morning everybody, welcome to another video. Hope you're doing well. Super exciting day today, we're going on a little trip. Destination is Germany. So you guys know that I've been working closely together with Dennerle plants. They're sponsoring all my plants for my projects. And I'm also working together with Dennerle Products. There's actually two separate companies, Dennerle Products and Dennerle Plants. And in the coming days I'm going to visit them both. So we're going now on a little trip to Germany. I'm going to meet up with Juris over there and I'll see you guys when we get there. Alright guys, so after a very long journey, we are now standing in the middle of the greenhouse from Dennerle Plants. This place has me speechless really, it's such an interesting experience to be here. The amount of plants that you're gonna see here is absolutely insane. I already got my own private tour. Right now I'm gonna give you guys a tour of this place and just show you what's going on right here.
Alright, so let's start the tour at the very beginning of the greenhouse. The first thing you see when you come in through the door are these massive plants, which are actually not for sale. I'll explain why in a minute. Of course, my plant knowledge was immediately put to the test, but I can tell you that it's a lot more difficult to guess which plant you are looking at when they have been grown out of water. So these big ones that are taller than Juris are Hygrophila costata. And the reason why they are so big and not for sale is because these plants are actually so-called mother plants. And they are producing a lot of seeds. These seeds are then harvested and used to grow new plants. The same thing is done with these large Alternanthera. This is the Alternanthera reinicki. And I'll overlay a few clips where you can see these Alternanthera grow from tiny sprouts into full-grown plants in just a matter of weeks. Besides the Hygrophila and the Alternanthera, they also have mother plants of the Lobelia cardinalis, which has these beautiful flowers. So I believe that these are the only plants in this greenhouse that are propagated through seeds. Everything else is propagated in a different way, but we will get to that later. Next up, I'd like to show you the production of plant decor. So in this greenhouse, they are producing a lot of Anubias, Java fern and a good amount of Bucephalandra as well. Now you can buy these just like that in a pot. What's also very popular is plants attached to so-called decor. And this can be a small lava rock, a piece of wood or a coconut half. The plants are first attached to the decor with special glue. The glue is a type of silicone but completely safe to use inside an aquarium, so it's not harmful for fish or shrimp. The glue does take a few hours to cure, so they also use a little bit of thread to keep the plants in its position. The finished decor then goes in these special grow tents to develop and attach their roots to the decor. Inside these tents is very warm, very humid and there's not too much sun, so perfect conditions for these slow growing plants. Also check out the Dennerle Plants website to see the full range of plant decor. I'll leave their website in the video description. My personal favorite is of course the decor with the Bucephalandra. They were looking so good with loads of flowers, so I think I might have to make escape with these in the future. Then we're moving on to my favorite part of this tour, which are these large open areas full of plants. I've never seen so many plants all together. To give you an idea of how many plants you see in these clips, one full table like this is 4,000 pots. So this is 4,000 pots of just cribbed Wendy green. And on the right were 2 more of those tables, and on the left there was one which was more or less half full. So roughly 14,000 pots of just cribbed Wendy green. That is absolutely insane. A few tables of Pogastemon Decanensis, a few tables of HC Cuba, 4 tables of Pogastemon Helferi or Daunoi. And these large tables are connected to pumps, and every few hours the pumps switch on and fill these tables with a layer of water that contains a lot of nutrients. So the plant roots and the rock wool can soak up the water and the nutrients. And then quite quickly after that the table is drained again and the water is recycled. So the plants are only standing in water for a very short time. This way the plants get all the nutrients and they also get enough oxygen, which is very important. And this process of filling and draining is repeated every few hours. I have to say I'm really impressed by how clean everything is inside this greenhouse. And those big tables, every time the plants are shipped and the table is emptied, the entire table is cleaned and disinfected before they start preparing new plants again. It's really impressive. While we were filming, one of the employees was actually just preparing new pots of the Pogastemon Helferi, so I was allowed to give it a try as well and get some hands-on experience. Now I honestly never really gave it much thought how they produce these large quantities of aquatic plants, so I was really surprised when Juris explained to me that the majority of potted plants began their life as a tissue culture plant as well. So a lot of the plants are produced in the laboratory. Maybe produced is not the right way of putting it. In the laboratory, they just keep a stock of every single plant. Then they take a little bit of that stock, cut that up into small pieces, place that in these XXL in vitro cups, and every single cutting then develops into a plant. And when they are full, they go to the greenhouse and here they are transferred to a regular pot so they can continue to grow and develop until they are big enough to be sold and shipped to the customer basically. Have you ever seen a walk-in fridge full of plants? Welcome to the grow room. This is where the in vitro cups stay for a while and develop until they are full enough. They come in straight from the laboratory with just a tiny portion, and within a few weeks they are full and ready to be used. Standing inside this grow room almost makes you greedy and makes you want to grab a shopping basket and just start shopping for your next aquascape. Trays full of Ricardia moss, trays full of tiny Bucephalandra. I'm in heaven. Even though this is not the same as walking through the greenhouse where you can physically touch the plants, it was still very impressive to see so many small cups of healthy plants. If you're watching this, do me a favor and let me know in the comments if you prefer tissue culture plants or potted plants.
And that is the end of the tour, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little journey around this Dennerle plants greenhouse. I most certainly enjoyed it. It's a magical place here. If you ever get the chance yourself to visit a aquarium, aquatic plants greenhouse, definitely take that option. Yeah, it's a once in a lifetime experience. So I'm gonna end the video here. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.